Can we all take a moment to appreciate Togami, or as he's called, the imposter? No Among Us jokes. That's illegal. He really needs a better name to go by. For such a great character, this is all he gets. Comment below if you think of a good nickname for him, because he honestly needs one. Anyway, I was in the middle of creating a Goodbye Despair Kins video, and reading free time events as you do. Gotta know the characters pretty well to, do the Kins. And Togami's events have easily become some of my favorite. There's just so much to love there. We have foreshadowing, we have core character traits, how he sees the people he impersonates. First thing, he has no problem with his body and he's proud of it, which is something I think we all can admire. The only thing I'll dock some points on is trying to scold Hajime for not having more fat percentage. Unlike Togami, the imposter doesn't go through a huge character arc, but it's still present. In fact, their arcs are kinda opposite. Togami's is about learning to trust other, while the imposter's is about coming to terms with being himself. Though it is ironic, exactly what Togami was trying to avoid happened to the imposter. He tried to protect everyone, got involved, then stabby. To look at his character properly, we need to go back to the start of it all, which I won't lie, has me puzzled. But hey, there's been plot holes before, so who am I to judge? Anyway, the imposter was born with no name and no trace of who he is. But as a baby, someone would find him and take care of him, so I don't know. Maybe he was snatching up identities as a baby. Moving on. He has a talent of being able to take anyone's identity flawlessly, and it has been said his weight does not affect that. It was how he was able to live, moving and stilling. A life he truly resented. He was not happy, but he was living. He began to take comfort in fast food because they were everywhere. It was the only thing in his life to stay constant. No matter where he went, at least there was food there to greet him. As shown in his third free time event where he complains there is no fast food on the island. Due to his talent, he was brought on the Hope's Peak as the ultimate imposter. Because of him being in Togami's disguise, it can be assumed he spent his first year in it. It was also shown in his free time events. The reason why he went with Togami is he admired him. He admired how he was able to win the title despite being ranked bronze. Which shows that he puts in research behind people he impersonates. With the next year approaching and the real Togami being a first year, he needed a new disguise, quickly. Usually this would be no problem, but he's at Hope's Peak, so he would need to steal an Ultimate's identity. Plus, he's in second year, so it can't just be anyone out of the blue. Luckily for the imposter, he meets a certain antisocial animator, who lets him take over his identity, so he can stay in his dorm room alone working on his art, which is honestly a mood. An unhealthy one, but a mood nonetheless. This is the part where a core aspect of his personality shows. Because as Hajime says, no matter what identity he takes, he still acts like him. You might say, oh, but he's really conceited when he acts like Togami. Yes, that's true. But Togami and the imposter are really similar in that aspect. Let me pull a quote from his free time events to prove my point. What if I wasn't a Togami? What if I never had my birthright, my name, or my ability? What if I was more handsome and more disagreeable? This voice said, what if I was more handsome? I love the confidence. So why Togami might be way more in your face, the imposter still has his own aspect to it as well. But he's also way kinder and a completely different type of leader. He takes a softer, more understanding approach. Meanwhile, Togami is my way or the highway. We see a lot of his kindness in the anime. He takes care of Animator Boy, can't pronounce his name, please forgive me. Brings Mikon to make sure he's okay. He forms honest bonds with everyone and is an enjoyable person to be around. Despite how much he puts in the friendships and looking after others, he knows one thing. It's not permanent. Eventually, he's going to have to leave again and start all over, which must be incredibly difficult to do. Something I feel like his character doesn't get enough love for. But that changes with Hajime. In his final free time event, he's honest. He tells Hajime the truth. He's not Togami, he's not anyone, he's just the imposter. Well, that's not true. He is someone. He's Hajime's friend, and that's not going to change. With that confirmation, he finally feels content with himself, and no longer pretending. He makes a promise to Hajime. They get out safely, he'll be himself. Someone who is kind, a great leader, confident, and sometimes a bit snarky. A truly great character who doesn't get enough love. He's really similar to Mukuro in that case. A lot of their showtime is so interwoven with other people that they don't get to shine on their own. Maybe with the next game, we can see more from them. Also, I just realized the first character analysis I did was Togami, and my second is the imposter. Let me know which character analysis you would like to see next. Oh, and sorry I'm being forced to say this, but Monokuma said don't forget to subscribe.